everybody. Thank you for joining me, Krista, with Imagine That Scrapbooks and Gifts for ITTV Presents Tried Out Thursdays, week number 43. Only 9 more until we've been doing this for a year, and we thank you all so much for following us and subscribing to our channel. So what we're going to be doing this week, of course, is using some of our spray inks. We're going to be using the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist as well as some Diane Reevely's Dilutions to make this great card right here, doing 2 different types of effects with the spray inks. Now, normally I would pick a winner from last week's ITTV Presents Try It Out Thursdays, but apparently when I was at CHA, I did not upload the video correctly, so there's not a winner from last week because you guys were unable to leave a comment. So what we'll do is next week we will pick 2 winners, so if you would like to be entered into the drawing twice, make sure you leave a comment on last week's video as well as a comment on this week's video. You can do that either on YouTube or on Facebook, and I do apologize for my technical difficulties while we were at show, but we enjoy you guys watching our videos, and keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, let's go get started on this card. So for today's card, we're going to be revisiting a product that I like to use, which is the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, but I'm going to be doing it in a different technique. So if you want to see the basic Tattered Angels technique, definitely check out the ITTV. We will have a link down at the bottom of this video for you. But I'm also pairing this week with the Dilutions ink sprays by Diane Reevely. These are a colorant spray without a glimmer, so I'm using one with glimmer, one without. I'm going to be doing these in a little bit different of a technique today, for I'm going to be using a paintbrush to do a splatter technique. So let me go ahead and just pull off a little piece of paper towel. And what we're going to do, looks like I still have some ink in my brush. Oh well. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is taking the lids off of these. Now you can do this technique by grabbing some onto the bottom of the nozzle, or you can also do this technique by dipping in a paintbrush. Nope, didn't dip in far enough, sorry. And hitting it with your finger, or you can kind of just blot it. So there's all sorts of different ways to do this one technique to give you that really splotchy kind of ink drop look. Okay. So we're going to put the lid back on that, because if I don't, I will be one to spill. And we're going to do this just down here in this bottom. This technique is easier to do with the base of the nozzle if you have enough spray in your bottle. If you're getting down to a smaller amount, you definitely do want to try to grab it out with a paintbrush, just so you can reach in there further. All right, I'm going to dab up the excess of this. All right, we're going to set that off to dry. Okay, so the next part of this card, I am going to be using the Diane Reevely sprays in the basic way, which is going to be coloring and covering a background. So here are some chipboard letters, which match the card beautifully, but I want it to have a little bit more color. So I'm going to go in there and just mist them. Just use the same paper towel. Now we're going to fill in that color, and then we're going to clean up our mat. Alright, so now we're going to start constructing our card. So I'm going to take my card mat here, and we're going to adhere it to the base of our card. Now this week we do have in store all of the different color sprays on sale using our coupon code. Our coupon code is going to be ink sprays, so make sure you come in store and check out all the different brands, to include the Diane Reevely's Dilutions, the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, the Tattered Angels Plain Jane, Simply Sheer, Chalkboard, as well as the Heidi Swap Color Sprays and the Ranger Perfect Pearl Sprays. We do also have, sorry I forgot, the Radiant Rains. So come in and see all of the different varieties of spray inks we have in store. Okay, so our card is going to say Live for Today. So we're just doing our chipboard pieces. Okay, live. And then I just cut out this piece. It was actually part of this. You can see where it went right there. Cut it and separated it. And I have a large sticker sheet. We all have these floating around at home. All right. So we're just going to put 4. And we're going to adhere it all down. Alright, now I'm going to use some foam adhesives to pop this up a little bit. And this part of it's not quite that fat, so we're going to cut our foam adhesive in half. We need to cover up where I chopped that part off. And there you go. A beautifully done quick card using a splatter technique with your different ink sprays, as well as changing the color of your chipboard. All right, we'll see you next week.